know the demand and supply for labor in the fast food industry. The equilibrium in this market occurs where the quantity of labor demanded equals the quantity of labor supplied. Why is that the case? Well, consider what happens when the wage rate is less than the equilibrium wage. In this case, firms demand more labor than workers are actually willing to supply. In other words, the quantity of labor demanded is greater than the quantity of labor supplied, so there's a shortage of labor. This shortage puts upward pressure on wages until quantity demanded equals quantity supplied. Now consider what happens when the wage rate is greater than the equilibrium wage. In this case, workers are willing to supply more labor than firms are willing to pay for. In other words, the quantity supplied is greater than the quantity demanded, so there's a surplus of labor. This surplus puts downward pressure on wages until quantity demanded equals quantity supplied. Now that you know how to find the equilibrium wage in a labor market, you can determine whether a price control is binding in that market. A price control that sets a maximum legal wage is called a price ceiling, while a price control that sets a minimum legal wage is called a price floor. In order for a price floor to be binding, it must be set above the equilibrium wage, because that way it prevents the market from responding to the downward pressure on wages. Similarly, in order for a price ceiling to be binding, it must be set below the equilibrium wage.